and recent societies embrace same-sex relationships and even the idea of third genders well before Western conservatism even existed. So when you claim that modern conservative values represent some kind of...
Point to me a great power that endorsed same-sex marriage, not cohabitation, but marriage.
Ancient
as marriage, as recognized.
As marriage that exists.
Recognized by the state.
100%.
And how did that work out for them?
It worked out perfectly fine. It was an accepted norm of society.
Okay, I still think it's wrong.
Clips of Charlie Kirk are going viral right now, and they reveal some things he probably didn't want people to see. At the same time, his widow is being criticized for her unusual and almost insensitive way of talking about him after his death. Let's start with the videos of Kirk himself. He has always presented himself as someone who would debate anyone, especially students on college campuses. The reality is that he often chose unprepared opponents and highlighted moments where he looked strong. But when he went to Cambridge, the environment was very different. There, he faced serious challenges and got exposed on multiple issues. In one exchange about same-sex marriage, Kirk was told that many ancient societies, including Mesopotamia, recognized same-sex unions long before Western conservatism existed. When confronted with facts that contradicted his argument, Kirk's response was simply, "I still think it's wrong." That moment showed how his views are rooted more in feelings and ideology than in history or logic.
Zelensky refuses to hold an election.
Well, no, he can't hold an election.
Oh, wait, did Churchill hold an election during the war?
Because under his constitution...
Hold on, Lincoln held an election during the war. That's not true. He can call an election. He can call a snap election. He's full dictator of the country.
No.
Because he knows that the people of Ukraine would kick him out immediately because he's deeply unpopular. In fact, if he wanted to show a statement to the world, he would call an election and win by 80% and say, see, I'm super popular. So that's number one. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with a person being propped up as a government we're sending $200 billion to that refuses even to face his voters.
Constitutionally, Ukraine is not able to hold an election because it's under military law at the moment, and that's just a matter of fact.
Again, he can, as a prime minister or president, he can do whatever he wants.
He can't.
In another debate, this time with a Cambridge professor, he argued that Ukraine's President Zelensky is a dictator because he refused to hold an election. When corrected that Ukraine's constitution doesn't allow elections during martial law, Kirk insisted Zelensky could just override it. The contradiction was clear, accusing someone of dictatorship while demanding they act in a dictatorial way. It undermined his entire point and echoed narratives often pushed by Russia. On top of that, Kirk was also caught spreading misleading claims about U.S. budget policies, misrepresenting the impact of proposed tax increases on the wealthy, and ignoring how capital gains work. Time and again, these debates showed that when faced with informed opponents, his arguments fell apart quickly. But the controversy doesn't stop with him. Erica Kirk, his widow, is now being let out, even by people on the far right. Since his assassination, she has been promoting previously recorded speeches and interviews, framing it as exciting new content for the future. While she talks about honoring his work, critics say her tone feels strange, smiling, laughing, and treating it like a business launch rather than grieving her husband. At his memorial, and even immediately after, she was encouraging people to donate money and promising more material to come, which many found exploitative. Some even compared the funeral atmosphere to a media event complete with commentators, merchandise, and over-the-top production. The criticism is that instead of showing genuine grief or taking time away, she seems to be capitalizing on his death for fundraising and brand building. Of course, everyone grieves differently, but the combination of monetizing his image, releasing content non-stop, and asking for donations makes the situation feel unsettling to many observers. Altogether, these viral clips and reactions reveal two sides of the same story. Charlie Kirk being exposed when stripped of control over his message, and his widow facing backlash for how she has chosen to handle his legacy. The entire situation leaves people questioning authenticity, motives, and whether both Kirk's debates and his memory are being used more for influence than truth.
Up to the brim because my husband was so intentional about making sure that there was enough content. Always.
He made sure we recorded everything.
Everything.
He would not do a speech unless we could get the video and the
100%. So we have speeches that no one's heard of. We have interviews that no one's heard of. We have stuff from Korea and Japan that no one's heard of.
Podcasts.
So, I mean, in the words of my husband, buckle up, because there is a lot of content to be had, and we have so many amazing things down the pipeline that we are working on currently that will